strikerless Newcastle travels to Aston Villa tomorrow lunchtime. It's a game you can hear live and exclusive on talkSPORT.
For Aston Villa, who will play Europa League football.
And Newcastle United have been beaten on the day. Also ends with a place in the Champions League.
It's important, but I don't want to make it about money. It's about football for me.
Watkins, can he get there? He's round the keeper. Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa.
This season now, he will look at it, a competition that he knows how to win, Jeff, the Europa League.
Villa have owners that want to inject more cash, but they're not allowed to do it.
We are going to try to be alert in case we can join someone.
There's his goal! Alexander Isak!
It's only because of this window that unfortunately has not gone to plan for Newcastle that we are talking about them. They are the story. You've generated the story.
And to tell you the truth, I think Newcastle fans would like him back. And he will be forgiven. Don't get me wrong, he will be.
I'm going to go Newcastle to prove they're not a one-man team, whether Isak is there or not.
So sure about that. Aston Villa's Newcastle to kick off the first game day of the season on talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. Newcastle have had, of course, an up and down summer so far with Alexander Isak. That saga still hanging over their heads. Something manager Eddie Howe was questioned about in today's press conference.
No, there's been no change to the situation. All my focus has been on the training, on Aston Villa, on the transfer front in terms of trying to get players in. And you can imagine that that is all-consuming for me. So Alex's situation's been unchanged for a while, and that will continue to be the case, I think. Yeah, I've had a great relationship with Alex. I think you need to have that partnership with every player. There's so many different emotions that players go through, and I always want to be there for them in every way. And me and Alex have enjoyed a great relationship. I don't think he'd have done as well as he's done without that, and without his teammates, and without the supporters and the backing of the whole football club. So he recognises that as well. He's a highly intelligent person. And he knows he wouldn't have had the success here without everybody connected with Newcastle.
This saga's dragging on. It's driving me mad. Gould knows what he's doing to Eddie Howe, the manager.
Dealt with it well, though.
Pardon? He's dealing with it really well, but he always does deal with the press well. When you've got a situation like that, do you think Eddie Howe has spoken to Isak a lot?
A lot.
You do?
Yeah.
Their communication will be non-stop, will it?
Yeah, it has to be. I think it's not one of those situations where I don't think you can just leave it to the side. He's not a fringe player. You are talking about, you know, I mean, your best player, and the way he's conducting himself has been disgusting. You have to say it right, but I mean, 54 league goals in 86 matches is crazy. Like his numbers for Newcastle have been nothing short of spectacular. I mean, you look at him before he got to Newcastle. I wouldn't say he was the most prolific, but since he's got to Newcastle, he's been brilliant. But yeah, I think Eddie Howe would have spoke to him, would have had conversations with him, maybe would have tried to convince him just to say, listen, you know what I mean. Where's your head at? You know, we're going to need you. Your teammates need you. You're loved. Like, he would have felt, Eddie Howe would have had to try and keep him in some kind of place that if he is called upon, that he can bring him back in. But obviously, I know Isak's doing everything he can to kind of alienate himself. But Eddie Howe knows that there's a situation where it might not happen, and then he's going to have to bring him back into the squad. So you've got to keep him kind of there as well. Of course, he'd be disappointed because he'd be like, all of a sudden, and we've built a great thing. You've been great for us. We've been great for you. And he probably feels a little bit let down. But also, I think as a player, you can't just dismiss him. Like, that's it, not part of my plans, away you go. You've got to have that kind of engagement with him still.
Do you think a lot of the love...
How's your lip?
Yeah, smashed it. Do you think a lot of the love... Do you think a lot of the love from Newcastle fans, or lack of it, is dependent on how Newcastle get on in the games they're playing without Isak? If they play Villa and they win 3-0, they play the next game. The next game is Liverpool.
No. They're broken-hearted. They are...
So you think they're results... So if they keep winning...
Yeah, they'll still be fuming with him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously it's softened.
Understand what I'm asking,
yeah,
right?
it will soften the blow.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, we're better without him anyway. But let's be honest, there's been games there where they shouldn't have won, and because Isak stepped up, you'd go, okay, that's the reason why you won. So yes, of course, you know what winning's like. Winning breeds a different type of like atmosphere. Everything's better, isn't it? Everyone's happy. Everyone around the training ground would be happy. But the moment you start losing, that's when obviously the things start to creep in. And I look at what Newcastle have done in the transfer window. I wouldn't say spectacular. I mean, I like Anthony Elanga. Good player, by the way. Like, I think he will be fantastic. I think now you're looking at, well, it's like they add a piece, but they're going to lose a piece. Because for me, on paper, you go Anthony Gordon or Harvey Barnes, Isak, Elanga, and you go, oh, Elanga comes in, Isak wants off. So you've lost another piece of that.
It's not like for like.
No, it's not like for like. But what I'm saying is that three on paper, Gordon, Barnes or Isak and Elanga, you go, that's exciting. They brought Ramsdale in as well, which I think is a really good signing as well. They've brought in.
So it looks like talkSPORT understands that Aston Villa's midfielder Jacob Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey. That'd be good. So
£40 million.
Yeah, it's bargain that, by the way.
I think so as well.
But it must be PSR rules. It has to be.
Yeah.
For Villa to let him go. But I do think Eddie Howe would like to. Surely you want this situation resolved sooner rather than later, because there's still a bit of time. Isak out the door. Say they get 135 with add-ons, right? You get 135 million up front. Eddie Howe surely is going to them, listen, if you're going to sell him, get on with it. So then the moment he's out the door, I can get that 135 million.
Do you think that conversation is had between Eddie Howe and the board?
Has to be. Because
I agree with you. It has to be.
No, it has to, because you can't lose someone who's that good and replace him with nobody.
With like a day to go before the window closes.
Exactly.
That would be catastrophic.
Do you know what I can see happening? I think what because there've been links between Watkins and Newcastle, hasn't there? And Vissa's desperate to go there.
Yeah.
I think if Newcastle get an inkling that they could get Vissa and Watkins, then they'll let Isak go. But I don't think Watkins will leave Villa. But although
why?
I don't know why I've got this feeling they went Ramsey and then Watkins. I know they bought. I can't remember. Nah, he says that it's Gassand. I think they bought Villa. I can't remember he said his last name, but I know they bought him Ivory Coast, who's really, really good. But I just think that's the way that Isak will get out of Newcastle. Newcastle have to have one or two. I don't think just Vissa's enough. I think if you get Watkins and Vissa, they'll let him go, because them two there are more than adequate backups for Isak.
In previous seasons, we have talked about these two teams not winning the Premier League, but certainly knocking on the door of Champions League football. Mm-hmm. Who's your favourites out of the two of them to get it? Or you could answer with both of them.
Do you know what? I'm not sure, because they're both losing pieces. And they're both losing pieces. So
are they going backwards?
Listen, if Newcastle lose Isak, yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. Backwards or forwards, Chelsea?
Forwards.
Liverpool?
Forwards.
Serious questions, Arsenal?
You answer that.
No, serious questions. No, you answer it.
No,
well, I think forward.
Thank you.
Okay. Manchester United?
Forward.
Man City?
Forward.
Newcastle if they lose Isak?
Backwards.
Aston Villa?
I almost feel like Aston Villa will be... Like Jacob Ramsey, I love him, right? But I'd say they're almost kind of hovering there. I wouldn't say they're going backwards, but Ramsey's a big blow.
Yeah, but you could argue that if you're standing still in the Premier League, you're going backwards because everyone else is moving.
Potentially, yeah.
It's interesting. Out of the two, I'm going to ask this question to both sets of fans when we come back. Out of the two, who will finish higher?
Oh, I can't answer that yet.
You can't until the window closes?
Yeah, I can't answer that yet, because both of them might lose valuable pieces.
Okay. As things currently stand, no Isak in Newcastle. Who finishes higher?
Villa. Just because, really? Yeah, but they've got Watkins. Watkins guarantees you goals. They've got Watkins.
That's a very good point.
They've got Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
Like, Isak is responsible for a lot of Newcastle's goals, by the way.
That's a great point. There you go. Teams going backwards, team going forwards. And also, how do you see this game going? It's live on talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. Anything we've talked about, you can have your say. Or maybe you've got a question for Benny. Either way, we'd love to hear from you. Pick up the phone. You'll be next on Drive on talkSPORT. 03717 22 3344.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.